Welcome to a new year of grimmyeatworld. Now, today I wasn't even planning on eating anything. I was actually going to take the day off so I could catch up on videos. That way I could not be so behind and not be so stressed out and whatnot and try and get a little bit of my life back. However, I went to the store to get my weekly food and they didn't have any of it, but what they did have was a lot of clearance stuff. So basically everything I got was marked down to half off. So we're eating a 10,000 calorie meal of clearance food. I can't say I'm disappointed. $1.50 for 4 donuts is a nice deal. So I'm not gonna wait any longer. I'm just gonna get started because I am hungry because I haven't eaten all day. I wasn't supposed to eat today. I was gonna actually just take the day off, like I said, but here we are. So let's get into it. Happy New Year. Obviously today I was responsible and got a personal pizza. This is a personal size DiGiorno stuffed crust, which was really the reason I got these. The pizzas were not on sale, but I got them because they were stuffed crust. And for whatever reason, I really just wanted stuffed crust pizza. Let's give them a shot. I like them. All right, now, that was actually really good. I slightly underbake my pizzas because I like them softer, but that should come as no surprise. Now, I strongly dislike my hair getting everywhere when I'm eating, but somebody brought it to my attention that they didn't like my hair, so obviously we had to have a Happy New Year. I definitely should have gotten something to cut this. All right, so this is a DiGiorno Supreme stuffed crust pizza. Now, I completely forgot a cutting utensil. So this would have been a great time for my super knife, but instead, we're gonna have a pizza taco. Mm. There's actually a pretty good bit of cheese in these crusts, and it's very, very nice. Mm. I do enjoy me a good supreme pizza. Mm. 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 My word. I will say that DiGiorno is very, very good. I'm sure I've had it before, but like, I don't think it was ever one that like I went out of my way to get, but like that was definitely one of the better frozen pizzas. I would certainly recommend it. All right. Try not to get the donuts in the pizza mark, but we got to consolidate a little bit, pretty things up. We're probably going to get a little bit of pizza donut, but that's okay. All right. Now, I'm not exactly sure what these donuts are, so we're going to have to kind of just wing it, because they just they mark them down and they just place them. So there's not much I can do as far as what these are. I won't know until I bite into them. I can really only guess. Now let's try and keep the hair out of my face. I'm actually gonna do these. I'm pretty sure these are probably like maple bars or something. If I were to take a guess, I would say probably maple bar, right? I think this one's peanut butter. After biting the donut, I'm all of a sudden craving coffee. All right. Another time I'm waiting far too long to pour my drink. I'm gonna assume this is probably another peanut butter. So let's get this one out of the way also. Maybe this one is a maple bar. It doesn't taste peanut buttery. But then again, a good portion of the icing is missing. Yummy. Now it looks like we got a chocolate glazed cruller or something similar. Now this is definitely one that's much better warm and fresh, just because of the way the cruller bread is. Before I continue, I know when I had gone to the store, I did want to grab the pizza, so I did. But it wasn't until I saw half off Talenti's that I decided I was going to eat today. By eat, I mean film. I'm going to put this on this side. Alrighty. Not sure what we got here. I believe it might be stuffed with something. It may be a Bavarian cream. I think it might just be some type of custard though. It doesn't quite taste like a Bavarian cream. Oh, maybe it's a chocolate and vanilla custard. It's like a mix. I believe this one is a cinnamon roll because it has the cinnamon roll twirls. A peanut butter iced cinnamon roll. This actually came out really good. I'm very surprised at how prominent the cinnamon flavor is in this with the peanut butter. They come together very well. I'm very excited about the cinnamon roll with peanut butter on top. I guess I just really need to find a way to get to a Cinnabon. Oh, we got it. Speaking of cinnamon roll, we got a coconut one. I think the peanut butter one was better. Now this one looks like it's just a coconut bar. The only thing I wish is that they filled their long ones. So what's going on with the channel? Well, in the next couple weeks, I'm not having an easy time finding a doctor to be my family doctor. So I'm just going to get a third-party blood test, which somebody had suggested Merrick, but it seems like Merrick is very good for hormone levels, but it seems like with what Merrick does, it seems like it's more designed for people who are taking performance enhancing type things, because it can separate your personal hormones versus things that may be affecting your hormones. And for the experiment for the next season, I want to do kind of the Twinkie test. So I kind of want to just have as many markers as I can get and just see the difference between before and after doing what I do, but losing 30 pounds or more. So that's what's coming for the next season, is basically my version of the Twinkie test. I believe this one just looks like a chocolate coconut. I don't think it's filled. Oh, it is filled. So for those of you that are still with me, here's a small little clip into my past. Once upon a time, I used to play League of Legends way too much. So much so that when I see live streams of people playing League of Legends, I usually at least watch them for a couple minutes, just because of how big of a part of life League of Legends was for a couple of years anyway. But I actually found my doppelganger, the better looking doppelganger. He plays League of Legends. I think his handle is Shwagn. It's like SHWGN, I believe. But while I've had this week off for Christmas, I've actually been watching him play League of Legends at night, which has been cool. All right, now this one I know is filled because I can see the spots. I believe this one's going to be like an apple cinnamon, if I were to guess. That's exactly what it is. I don't know why, but apple donuts are very special to me. Actually, you know what? I will actually link him in the description, because I'm pretty sure he just started streaming this game. Because I'm pretty sure he does it on something other than TikTok, but I watch him on TikTok. So, but his handle is the same for both TikTok and Twitch. So if you're into League of Legends, definitely check him out. Tell him that I sent you and that you're grateful for seeing a map. All right, now this one's just a powdered donut, which honestly I'm a little bummed out about. I was really banking on this one having vanilla cream in it. It does not. Yes, it does. Not a lot, but it does. Oh man, that one needed like 3 times the amount of cream. And now we have, oh man, I thought there was gonna be stuffing in these ones too, but these don't look stuffed. They do look topped with an Oreo though. But I really was banking on stuffings. Whoa. The Oreo is super soft. Matter of fact, the Oreo is softer than the donut, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear, but there's like no crunch. The Oreo is literally softer than the donut. That actually may be the donut's fault, because here's a little secret of the baker, at least with cookies. If you make cookies and they're too hard, you don't like them that hard, if you put a slice of bread in the container with the cookies, the bread will get very hard, but the cookies will soften up. So if you like soft cookies, there you go. There's a little trick to get soft cookies. So maybe you've noticed I'm eating a little bit quicker than normal. This is actually just a hair above my normal eating pace. When I'm not busy yapping, I get through food pretty quick, especially if there's no phone in my hand. Once upon a time, when phones weren't glued to everybody's hand, I would get through dinner very quick so I could go play video games. Because you had to finish your food before you could get up from the table. And that's how we got here, right? Got to get up from the table, got to finish fast. But the reason I'm eating faster is because I think part of the reason that I'm struggling to keep up with content is I think I talk too much. And I think it's the timing. I'm often talking right before I'm taking bites, which is very good for kind of blending them together. But it also makes it hard to cut stuff out if I don't think it's necessary, because it's always intertwined with a bite. So I'm going to try and experiment with eating a little bit quicker to cut down on time editing, and talking differently to cut down on headache editing. Because once upon a time, I could eat 3 meals in a cheat day and still get it done by the next week. I'm struggling to get 1 meal done ready for the next week. All right, last donut. Mm. I'm trying to think if I like the chocolate or the vanilla icing with the Oreo doing it better, but I think they're both equally as good for different reasons. Mm. 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 Alrighty. This one I can still use. Okay. Now we're moving on to the gelatos, or in this case, the lack thereof. I normally do not get these versions. I love Talenti, but all of their like stacking gelatos I don't think are very great if you are in the mood for ice cream, because they're 5 layers of something and they taste really good, but like less than half of this container is ice cream. So if you're in the mood for ice cream, sometimes this just doesn't do it. I know for me it doesn't. Like this one is chocolate chip cookie batter. But as you can see in the chocolate chip cookie batter, we got like a bottom layer of what chocolate it looks like. Then that's whipped cream, not ice cream in the middle. And then I think the cookie dough, and then up top is the ice cream. There may even be like a bread. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just like there's so much stuff going on that like if you're in the mood for ice cream, sometimes this doesn't not hit the spot because of how little ice cream there is in here. I can't even open it. This isn't good. All right, let's open it. Come on. I'm just slipping because I let it melt. It just is so slippery because it's all wet. Alrighty. Okay. Not only that, but because it's so deep with ingredients, it's like you're also in the position where it's impossible to get the full effect from it. They are good though. But like there's just honestly, I may have made a mistake getting these instead of ice cream. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit my 10,000. No, I didn't do any calculations as far as calories go yet. I did some quick math in my head. I'm pretty sure the pizzas are going to put me over 5,000. But that's kind of all I got. So it's like I was basing everything off of 5,000, which I think may be a little low. And then we had the donuts, which a dozen donuts normally averages out to around 3,000, which may actually be a little higher than it may have come out. So I'm hoping that low high kind of evens it out to where those two things end up at about 8,000. And then I believe one of these cups is under 1,000. So in order to hit 10,000, I think I need to eat 3 of these. But I could be wrong. I may only need 2. Because the DiGiorno pizza, I think it was like abnormally high for a frozen pizza. Probably because of the stuffed crust cheese. There was a lot of cheese in the crust. I totally recommend the stuffed crust DiGiorno's. Oh, all right. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. Feeling better than I have in a couple weeks, to be honest with you. Especially for as close to 10,000 calories as I am right now, I believe. Because I'm potentially at like somewhere between 8,000 and 9,000, I think. And I got here relatively quickly. All right. Ooh. What we got? Tiramisu. We got snickerdoodle cookie. I'm saving the mint because I think the mint should be refreshing enough that I can kind of use this as an anchor. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure tiramisu is the one that I had before that gave me my... There's too much other stuff going on. But I love tiramisu. I see. All right, well, snickerdoodle might be the new one going because I'm sick of seeing it slide down that table. go. Oh. Another week of no training because like I said, was not expecting to eat today. Oh, we got snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle. Okay, this one has a good bit of sweetness to it. This one's kind of exactly what I could have hoped for this. This one's actually very good. I approve. However, I am noticing how close I am to 10,000 calories now. Because I'm definitely feeling this. Trying to eat it fast is making my teeth very cold. Like all of my teeth feel like ice cubes right now. All right. The ice cold milk is not helping warm my teeth up. I really wish I had coffee to warm my mouth up right now. Ooh. I literally feel the coldness all over my bottom jaw. Like it feels cold to the bone. Whew. All right. Okay. What are these? 10 ounces. Not even a pound. definitely feeling the sugar. Eating quicker is definitely allowing the sugar to hit me again. Not the way it used to. I don't know, maybe one day on the Uncut channel I'll release some of my old stuff. All right. Well, my body is definitely starting to fight back. My nose is getting stuffy. I'm starting to get a little bit of a sugar rush. But here we have tiramisu. So the tiramisu specifically is one that is lacking ice cream, I feel like. Just because of the shortbread that they use. I feel like it combats the ice cream. Ooh. It's too late to make coffee now. Can't do it. I've already started. Ooh. I'm actually very surprised I made it through that one. I thought my time was up. Yeah. All right. All right. Oh, how do I feel? Do I feel like I got one more in me? I feel like with only one left, you just do it, right? You just do it when there's only one left. You just do it when there's only one left. Oh. You just do it. Especially since I don't know what the calories are, so I do want to get to 10,000. Since those seem to be the videos that do well. I think 10,000, I think the word 10,000 just is a key word, to be honest. Now the mint ice cream, I know will be fine. It's these 2 layers of chocolate that I think are going to stand in my way. Mint fudge cookie. Phew. Oh boy. It's just do it time, you know? Once I get back in the challenges, I'm gonna have to just do it, right? Maybe the mint chocolate stuff was not the correct tactic. There is nothing about this that is making me want to continue. I think I'm just gonna not do it because that's just a little bit beyond enjoyable right now, unfortunately. But I was exactly right. It was the fudge sauce. That's what's getting me. There's fudge sauce in the cookies, and it's just so chewy. It's just not. It's not doing it for me right now. I don't think I got this. Unfortunately. Maybe if I mix it. This is my last hope, is if I mix it to spread out that goopy fudge. All right.
Well, I've learned tonight that fudge sauce is not good for my late game. Okay. Have to collect myself and really ask the question, can I do this? Oh. The chocolate sauce is just like so thick. Hey, it's just not agreeing with me. Whew. Which I was hoping that the mint would cut through that, but the mint did not cut through that. Hey. All right, well. All right. I'm right there, but I really do not want to do it. All right. All right. Well, well, I did it. What does it prove? Nothing. Don't prove nothing. The only thing it proves is I'm gonna have a much easier time calculating calories because everything is done. Which, yes, sometimes it does come down to that. Sometimes that is my only goal, is to make calorie counting easy. But I'm basically 99.9% sure that I have eaten 10,000 calories here tonight. So we got 10,000 calories of surprise markdown foods in me. Whew. I am ready to move on to the next step of grimmyeatworld and go back into a cutting phase. I've been ready, but I'm ready to do what I gotta do, get a third party, since the doctor thing is taking much longer than I really had hoped. So we're gonna get some third party blood tests and start the next season and hopefully have a good time. Move back into cheat days. That is also coming. For the cutting phase, I feel like the majority of them are going to be like this. We're going to get a request in for 10,000 calories. So it'll be the 10,000 calorie request meal. And then I'll probably just do something small for myself, like 1,000 or maybe 2,000, just like a normal-ish size meal. Just as something I want for my cheat day. So that is what will be coming up soon. And hopefully I can get back ahead of the game, because I am sick of not having any time to do anything other than edit. Like I said, I wish I know what happened, but hopefully I will get back in front of everything and balance my life out a little bit. But I will see you next week for another cheat day. And it will be the new year for me, even though this meal will be in the new year for you. I will see you next time. What in the world will I eat next?